Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hey, what we're going to do today is we're going to go ahead and build the dust box for the miter station. I've built a number of these over the years and I've tested a lot of things, and I kind of like this design. It has worked very well for dust collection and suction value, and it kind of gets a hold of everything. Hey, so if you're interested in the dust box, stay tuned. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm laying out everything for it. I do my center section. This is going to be where we're going to cut out a hole for this to go into the bottom. This is it inside. This is your chamber. It's going to go like that for the bottom section. So what I like to do is I lay this out so I can mark just to where I can drill holes to attach these from the other side. And let's go ahead and get that taken care of.
Now all I'm doing here is actually putting down lines to where those are going to be so I can go ahead and drill it first and then attach it.
All right. Put this like that. Get this. My wife has got my straight edge.
So I just go ahead and use the small level just for straight edge. Like I said, I'm still just getting these so I can drill the holes first. I'm not countersinking on this side. I just want the holes to go to the outside. Now I know what you're thinking. This might be overkill, but it really isn't. I want that to be really sealed when I'm done, so the vacuum works even better.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the first baffle on the inside together, and using 1 5/8" screws. It works really good. It'll hold. Next, we need to take this and put it on here. All right. Just so we have a little less blowout. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give it a quick round over on this 3 sides here, just so it has better flow, because the flow is going to go down. That just is going to help it flow better. Every little bit helps. Alright, to hold it, I'm going to go ahead and put clamps on it just so I can get this front part started. Center it up. There we go. Take it like that. Okay, now that we got this in, we're going to go ahead and get the front and back on, along with the sides, and then we're going to go ahead and set this aside and let all the glue dry. Then we're going to come back in here and caulk all the seams, just so we have really good coverage. Then we're going to do a heavy caulk on the top here. This is the actual vacuum chamber, so we'll make sure this is really nice and taken care of so we have no leaks inside this.
Okay, here I'm going to go ahead and get everything glued up and set in place, and we're going to get it drilled in. Now, I put glue on every end, every side. I use these clamps here to make sure that that box is sealed. clamps are your friend. Then you go ahead and put the clamps anywhere you can, just to hold it up, just so you can get it all screwed together. Makes a big difference.
All right, next what we need to do is we need to go ahead and get these sides put in, like so, and the back put on, like so. Is we'll get these glued up, I'll get things cocked inside here, and then we'll go ahead and cut up the top part where the saw is going to be. Now this is next to do the rest of our, have it all on the plans, on the layout and how to do that. Okay, what you want to do is go ahead and we're going to mark out for the big hole, for the actual chop saw is going to be right here. But you want to do a center line all the way up so you can actually put your grid of holes up here, which I'll show you how that's done and we'll get them drilled out. Okay, doing a 10.5 inch hole here. You don't have to have some big calipers. I just took a piece of scrap wood, put a screw in the center, put this like this, and go around. And there we go. Now, like I said, the chop saw bottom, if you aren't familiar with them, they have an opening underneath that we're going to go ahead and suck all those chips that come out from underneath through the system. Let's go ahead and get the other side. Let's turn it around. And we're going to go ahead and mark out all the holes up here for the suction part from below. Here, let's go ahead and lay this out.
Okay, here as you can see, it's 3/4 inch diameter holes, 1 1/8 on center, and then 3/4 wide.
Off the center, this one's off the center mark, so next one's going to be right here. Next one, 2. So every other. Okay, then we'll go ahead and do it again on this side, and now we have our holes, and then we'll go ahead and get them drilled out. Okay, now I'm going to drill the 3/4 inch holes. Now you can go bigger if you want. I do 3/4 inch because I don't want more big chunks going through the system. Yeah, this will hold that so you don't get that. But you can do whatever you need to. You can add more holes, less holes, what have you. Now you can drill it by hand or you can actually drill it with one of these. Just line it up. It's not imperative that you have straight holes. You can do it by hand. You don't need to buy one of those. I don't usually use one unless it's really something that I have to get straight on the, on a wall or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and drill the rest of them with this. All right, there we go. There's the grid. Like I said, if you need more, you can always go like this with them. With this setup, this size of hole is really beneficial because of this hole. I'll go ahead and get it sanded, cleaned up, routed, and we're good to go. Okay, now that you're probably wondering about the big hole. All right, let me show you on the back of this. Now, it depends on what side you have to how much the size will be that you need to cut out. So, as you can see, here's a blade. A lot of chips, a lot of stuff, well, as you can see from that. A lot come down into this chamber. Now what we're going to do is we're going to run some felt around here, and then we'll have blocks here. Because for some reason that's to let air through. But that's too much air. So we're going to go ahead and we'll set it up. This will have a seal. So it seals around this. And then blocks here. And then it takes this stuff out with it. So just, it makes so much more sense to do that, as we can kind of put it on here, give you an idea, and you see how it sits. I also put the 1-inch square foam on this because of the compression it has. It really has proven to work well. I used it at the front here for the big gap, and it it just did exactly what it was supposed to do. So I'll put a link in the description on this, where we got this. We got it at Home Depot. It's just a 1-inch by 1-inch foam, self-adhesive. There you go. So is this the best way to go? Well, I tell you what, I like having the dust box a whole lot better than not having it. Otherwise, just having a place to set this on. I like having as little dust as possible, and getting this new shop built up is causing a lot of dust, and I'm getting a little tired of it. But out of all the years I've been doing this, this has worked the best for me. Now remember, we're gonna have a box back here that's gonna cover this up, and everything's gonna be pointed down into there. So yes, it has worked for me really well. So I think this might be something you might want to look at, something you might want to do for your own. Like I said, not all saws are the same. You may have to make it bigger. You may have to make it like on a 12-inch saw. And for those of you wondering why I'm doing a standard compound miter saw. Now I'm going to have a bigger saw on this side. So if I need bigger cut wider boards, that won't be a problem. This is for mainly the accuracy that this gives you. No slides, no nothing. This thing, once it's set, once it's straight, and you make sure you dial it in perfectly, it'll stay that way. And it will give you repeatable cuts that are so straight and well worth doing just this. And that's why I'm doing the 10-inch compound saw with no slide. So I may replace it with one down the road. I don't know, but right now, and from what I can see, what the stuff and the things that I'm going to build, this is going to work out perfectly. So let's go and get this box done so it's completed, and then I can put it on the countertops and we'll get this dude set up. Here's a quick update to the box. Okay, what I did here, due to the short run, I actually put a slanted piece in here after the fact, but you should do this from the start, of course. But that way it sucks it right down into the chamber. And we're getting a lot more suction up top here. Okay, using latex caulk, clear silicone, whatever you want to use, put a good bead around this, just so it doesn't have any leakage. You're going to love it afterwards. Now, as far as tightening it down, I use as many screws as I can put in there, about every 6 inches, just to make sure. And don't worry about the squeeze out. It'll come off real easy. Okay, get the box ledger on. There's a lot of ways you can do this. Simplest way, I got a 2x4. I just split it down the center. That way it has enough meat to screw it onto here. Just be sure that you don't go far enough in or hit the drawer slides. Now I'm going to go ahead and snip the ends here, do a little 45 on the end. Just give it a better look underneath. Pre-drill and, sink it a little bit. Here I line it out. Okay, now that I got the cleats lined up in there and they're in there glued, ready to go, what we're gonna do is get the box set up now. Okay, first thing I need to do on this side though is I gotta put this on here and seal it up. So we're gonna go ahead and use some latex silicone around this to just make sure we got no leaks going in. I like to put a heavy coat on because if you haven't noticed, when you do some caulking, if you don't, it'll separate after it dries. And so you put a heavy coat on, it helps eliminate that. All right. I'm gonna put a cord around here. I'm actually gonna trim out the front box right here with the same stuff. Give it just a nice look. And we will need to get our upper shroud going, and then we're going to be all set. Now this is going to be a little bit, I can shim this and get it exactly the way I want it up here, but I still got to tighten this down underneath, and we're all good. Okay guys, we're going to start tackling what I like is the dust collection. And what I'm going to end up doing is putting this, we have enough room behind the drawers that we're going to go ahead and cut a hole all the way through. We'll put this here in the center. That way it'll feed the, well, it's going to go this way actually. But it'll feed the chamber here for the router. So we'll put that there. We'll have the wastegates. We'll have the blast gates set like that, and I'll have a cable, or actually a rod that's going to go from here up to the front, where all you get is bolt right there. For that one. So now that's going to charge the miter station. This side over here, I'll have one on the outside. So I can just shut this down, and I'll have a radial arm saw right here. So that's going to take care of that side and the suction. Going to have another wastegate. Blast gate. Sorry, I'm thinking cars, turbos. So it's going to come up like that. I'll have it come up here. I'll put a blast gate in the tube in here, and this is in the unit itself. So you don't have it all, I'm not going to have it all running up here. If I need one over to the table saw, I'll build a trellis over and hang one down there. Either that, or I'm just going to run it on the ground. But I'll probably just take it over. But I want to get this set up first. But this is going to be part of this unit from now on. So it's just kind of a neat thing you can add into yours if you want to do it this way. Add a router to yours too. So let's get this going. So we're going to go ahead and take adhesive and put a nice big piece around this. I like putting lots on, and I like going kind of like this just because I know it's gonna ball up and stick in there. Then we kind of stick this in here, get these back in. And then, like I said, I like to make sure it's all around the screw hole. Okay, now that we got this set, as you can see, it's really easy. And it's kind of a nice way to pass it through so it isn't going up the walls and stuff. With the miter box stand, the dust box, the port is underneath, which this will go to. And it just is gonna work great. We got our stack done. And so now all I need to do is let it dry. We'll get it taped, we'll get it installed. When I run straps, I like to bend the top part over because that can cut you. That way you have a nice blunt end here. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I just bend it over, match up the holes, then I can just use that screw for it. We're gonna go ahead and get this mounted up to the wall now. Everything's dry, and we'll get the straps ready to go and set. We got it leveled, and let's see how it works. Went ahead and went down, marked it out. So I'm going to go ahead and use some shears and cut that off right there. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing as I did on that side. So it's going like this, so you want it to bend this way. So you just get it right in the center of that small hole, like so, and bend it. Go ahead and squish her together. So now that's going to go like that on the bottom side. Okay, so here's a stack. It's going into a cyclone. Real easy stuff. A 4-inch port to go out there, the 2.5 to feed the tools up top. So it'll feed the actual miter saw there, then it'll go to the router, and it will go to the actual radio alarm saw there. So it's kind of one for all. But that's what it looks like. Okay, this is with the Vacumn On. I cut a piece of birch, and as you can see, without even the dust shroud, how well it did. Well, you're gonna see how well it did, because now coming up here, this is where we did it without the Vacumn On. As you can see. Yeah, it's terrible. It's all along the whole side there, the whole countertop, all the way back. So it's going to be really a lot better. Well, here you go. It's going to be so much better with the shroud that's going to go on top of it. But with the Vacumn On, it works great. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a Downdraft box. Hope you make one yourself. Have any comments, put in the comment section.